Hey guys, welcome to this Express Hatha stretch class with me, Jo. And if you do enjoy it, please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, let me know you've been watching. So when you're ready, we are short for time, it's a quick class, come on down and take that rest and relaxation. Just notice how your body's feeling. Be aware of self. Think of somatics. How does it feel? How am I? How's my body? How's my mood? How's my emotion? How's my brain? My mental health? My mental being? My body? My actual physical being? And then we're going to bring those feet up onto the floor. We're going to take them wider than the mat and we're going to drop the knee into the centre, so one knee moving at a time. Drop it in and then up and down and up. And you should feel a little pull into the lower back. Again, ask yourself, how is it feeling? Just dropping one knee down rather than rocking the knees from side to side. And then what I'd like you to do, please, is the next time you take your knee down, hold it there and just see if you can squeeze the other one over the top. A bit like kind of, if you were standing up, the kind of suggestion of needing a wee, kind of crossing the legs, that squeeze in there. And then just opening it up and releasing the tension and swapping it over, dropping the other knee down and then bringing the weight of the one on top to press it down towards the ground. And then release it off. We're going to draw one knee in, so just draw it in towards you. And then I want you to send that leg away, straighten it out, and then draw it in towards you, so knee bent, hip contracted, thigh on belly, and then straighten it out. And do that again. Now if this is too much for you, foot on the floor and it slides out and it comes back to bend. Slides out, comes back to bend. So just being aware that if holding the leg out like this feels very, very strong, then pop the foot on the floor, close chain movement, and it'll be more accessible. Okay. You're still good. We'll do one more like this, and then I want you to hold that knee in, and we're going to flex the hip out to the side, and we're going to bring it back to centre. So letting that hip fall out to the side, and then back to centre. Now when mine goes out to the side, I'm giving it a little extra stretch. I'm actually pulling it down towards the ground. I'm giving it a little bit of extra stretch, so you can do that if that feels good. And again, down. And then bring that foot up onto the opposite thigh, please. And we're going to rock the knees from side to side. So just rocking it over from side to side in that held position. Beautiful massage for the lower back. Beautiful stretch through. Maybe you turn the head as well. That's in your remit. Or you can just hold it centre. And then take it over to one side, it doesn't matter which, so I'm going over towards the side with the toe, and I'm just holding it here for a brief 3 to 5 breathing cycles. And then going over to the other side. So that's why it doesn't matter which side you went, because we're doing both of them. So turning it the other way. Again, if you're doing head movements, you might want to turn the head with or against. Don't mind. And then coming up to centre, just place the feet on the floor. The leg that was up on top is going to stay on top. You're going to twist the knees to one side, okay? So coming into spinal twist, just twisting to one side. And just make sure you guys can see. And then that same leg that's on top is going to stretch out on top, okay? So you're pointing it out to the side. And then we're going to lift that leg up in the air, making a right angle, if you can, at the groin. And you can just roll that toe around, roll that ankle. Roll it back the other way. And then the leg that's extending to the ceiling, draw it down onto the ground and reach the arms up overhead. So fallen tree pose. Supta Vrikasana. And then you can bring the hands underneath the head, butterfly wings with the elbows. And then Supta Baddha Konasana, bring both feet together so the knees are nice and wide. And then bring the feet back onto the floor and just have them nice and wide again. And we're just going to do that again. So just rocking the knees in. And then taking that kind of weird, desperate for a pee kind of squeeze. And then releasing it off and changing sides. And then letting that go. Lovely. Drawing that knee, second side, in towards you, squeeze it down, and then send the leg away. Remember, keep it on the floor if you need a bit of extra support. Squeeze it in, push it out. So really when you bring it in, it's about adding to that stretch, pulling it in and pushing it out, okay? Really feel like you're giving it a nice hug and stretch down, and then pushing it out, letting it lengthen, create space, and then pull it in. 2 more, please. And then this last time, we're going to bring it in and hold it in, and just take it out to the side, and then bring it back up. Okay, so maybe a little bit of stretch, a little bit of pull. Nothing too much. We don't want to dislodge anything, we don't want to tear anything or break anything. So just go to where it feels good. You might find that just using the arm for a bit of extra pull, a little bit of extra weight, feels okay. Alright, one more. And then we're going to place that ankle up on the thigh, and we're going to rock from side to side. And then when you feel ready, just choose your side and let it settle there. Find a stillness. Again, checking in with the body, seeing how it feels, any adjustments that need to be made. Clothing, position, breath. And then exhale it over to the other side, please. Well done. Let's take the feet off, bring the feet onto the floor. We're going to drop the knees over so the leg that was crossed over is on top. So side two, just pull those knees up towards you, looking for a nice release. Lower back and glutes. And then that leg that's on top is going to extend from the knee. And then we're going to bring it up in the air. So just lengthen it up. Circle the ankle. And back the other way. Lovely. And then drop that leg down to the ground. Reach the arms up overhead into our fallen tree. And then hands come underneath the head, elbows nice and wide. Inhale, exhale, soles of the feet together and knees wide. Okay, just encourage the knees together, use your hands to bring them up if you need to. Take the feet wide, let the knees drop in. So like that individual knee dropping in that we did earlier, we're now doing them both together. Just letting them rock in. And then just letting everything come back to center. We're going to roll onto our side, okay? So coming into embryo to begin with. Come into your embryo pose. I'm just going to adjust my position just so you can see for the next exercise, next posture, pose a little bit better. So into our embryo pose, just pausing here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that top knee and we're going to open it up towards the sky. So we're lifting it up. We're going to come into Anantasana. So just bringing it open as we have done on our back. Just bringing it up and then extending that leg up towards the sky. So just holding onto that leg any which way that feels good for you. Again, don't over pull. Use a strap on the foot if you have one. You can put this around the foot and use that if you want and need one. And then just relax that down and bring the leg over the top. And we're just going to leave the body open into a spinal twist. So the chest, the head, upper body looking up, lower body twisted over and looking down. You can have the hand on the knee to encourage it over a little bit more. From where you are, just roll onto your back and roll over into embryo on side two. I'm just going to squeeze around so I can still see what's going on and hopefully get a better view. So embryo to begin with. And then roll that top knee open. You can give it some encouragement. And then exhale to straighten that leg, bringing it up and over. Again, use your strap if you need to. Really good work. Okay, one last breath. And release. And then just bend that away. Take it, the bottom leg straightens out. I'll just show you this leg comes over the top. And then we twist the body back to the sky. Mine really is to the sky. I can see waxing gibbonous half moon up there. Full moon next week. Just pinning a little prayer on that. And then come back over onto all fours, if you will, please. Okay. So just on all fours, what I'd like you to do is just roll the body around. Got some little creaks and pops in the wrist there. Ooh, it's continual. And again, nice. And roll back around the other way. Oh, my knee's going for it now. If you can hear all these creaks and pops, I do apologise. I swear it is joints. And then what I'd like you to do is we're going to come into sometimes called anahata posture, sometimes called down face puppy. So what we are looking to do here is get the chest on the floor whilst our bottom stays very high. So we're not collapsing down and dropping the bottom down. We're also not sitting back into child's pose. We're just going to bring the chest to the floor. So you're just going to come down. And sometimes you might need to just rest up on forearms, not quite get the chest down. If you do have a block and you've not quite got the chest down, then that kind of extends the floor and it brings that floor up to you. But otherwise, just redress and come into this puppy pose. Really good for the upper back, really good for the chest, opens the chest, squeezes the upper back. Beautiful deep stretch along the spine, heart to the earth. And then sliding out, if you will, please, onto your tummy. So onto your tummy proper. We're going to take half frog pose, nice and relaxed. So arms, hands down, elbows wide. You can turn your head onto the cheek if you wish to, and you're going to bring that back knee up so that it's open. So again, opening into the hip, and again, I'm just going to swizz around so you can see. So the foot should be under the knee should be in line with the hip, or the knee should be higher than the hip, but try not to have that foot tucked back, have it nice and open, okay? So sometimes called like a bit of a modified recovery position. Sometimes people say they sleep like this, as long as you've got that body to the ground. Nice and restorative, nice and gentle, beautiful posture. I'm going to hold here for one more breath, please. And then we're going to slide onto our tummy. We're going to come up onto our elbows and just take a nice little sphinx pose. Lift the heart, lift the chin, squeezing through the back. Think about all the way up those vertebrae. Squeeze, 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 lengthening all the way down the front of the body. And then taking a breath. And as you exhale, coming down, we're going to slide that knee up the other side. One more breath. Oh, I've forgotten I was teaching. It's so lovely, this posture, isn't it? And then relaxing it back. And this time what we're going to do is come up into Sphinx once more. And then turn the palms out a little way. Just going to back up a little bit so you can see hands better. Turn out and then push into the hands and lift up, so you're getting a nice stretch down the front of the body. Okay. This feels good. And then let it go and bring it back into child's pose, please. Come back into child. So sitting back, child's pose, flip flop over. Lovely. From this position here, what we're going to do is we're just going to stay in child, but we're going to thread one arm underneath and just take a little bit of a twist here. So getting a really deep stretch into the upper back between the shoulder blades. And then changing sides again, please. And then from there, come on up. Let's have a couple of seated postures. I know we did seated in the Kundalini section, but you know, that's a long way off and separated out. So come to sitting. So just take Janu. So we've been working into the hips. So just take Janu and just allow yourself to just pop that knee out to the side. Remember, support the knee if you need to. So either a block, a cushion, I don't know, a rolled up shirt or something if you don't have anything else, and then reach down towards that foot. And again, if you don't reach the foot, give yourself an arm extension. Great work. Roll up from that and just switch sides, nice and simple. This late stage, we don't want to be missing the second part of something, so. Exhaling to rise, coming up, and just sitting comfortably. If you are sitting with your legs crossed, then we'll change the cross if we remember as we go through. So we're just going to lean out to one side and just take a nice stretch here. If you've got that block there and you want to lean into it to get a little bit deeper. And then just sweep it round the front. Again, block really helpful here, just to allow yourself to relax down. Breath in, breath out to rise. Change the cross of the legs, reposition everything, and stretch to the other side. Breath in, breath out, coming up, just take that forward fold here as well, please. And then coming up. Well done. Just bring yourself back into your hands, feet on the floor. Maybe a little windscreen wiper from side to side, just rolling out those hips, lower backs, neck maybe as well. And then we're going to come down to our well-earned Shavasana. Come on down. So just taking some long, slow, deep breaths. Take a breath in, reach the arms up overhead, and bring yourself up to sitting. Bring the hands together into prayer, bow the head, and grateful acceptance of this opportunity to practice together. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste.